Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, and if you're new here, my name is Jimmy and this is Patriots Glow. And in today's video, I'm going to show you a super simple, easy woodworking build that you guys can do at home with basic tools that you guys can either sell in your local booths, online, or on Facebook Marketplace. Now, this build will only require one cedar fence picket, and this should sell anywhere from $40 to $60 depending on your area. And if you want to make it a little bit smaller or bigger, you can adjust your prices from there. Now, I do see these go anywhere from $40 to $70 on Etsy, and other sites they can range a little bit more or right about that same price range. Now, in my local area, they will sell roughly about $40 to $50. I don't think that in my local area, I live in Ohio, I don't think that you will get much more than $50 out of them, but I will show you that right now. If you guys go ahead and stick around, let's go ahead and get into this build. Okay, so it's entirely up to you what order you actually want to do this in. I started out with sanding my entire board, mainly because I know that we are going to use the entire board. So this is going to be the fastest way for you to sand it, is just to sand all the way down. Now, start out with a little bit more rough of a sandpaper and work your grit up from there or down, whichever way you want to consider it. Do the edges, do one face at least of it, and then I'll explain here in a second what we're going to do from there. But for real, honestly, I'm not worried about the inside of this because nobody is ever going to see the inside of this, touch the inside of this. It's a box that people shouldn't be on the inside of this except for dirt. So the inside, don't worry about cleaning up. Just clean up the part that you're going to actually be touching, feeling, and that's what everybody will see and actually witness. And as long as you pick up decent pickets, it should be really awesome, should be really nice, easy to clean up. Get really close. Should be nice, easy to clean up. Cleans up really nicely, really fast. So, all right, let's clean up our dust mess here real quick. Just like I say, every build, make sure you get all the stickers and staples out. Ow, make sure it doesn't pinch your fat hands. I've got fat hands, I pinched it. All right. Clean up your side here. After you get your very first edge cleaned up, all you're going to do is measure out 16 inches, and you're going to make 4 boards at 16 inches, and that will leave you one slight piece of scrap on the very end. It'll be a little bit longer than what you're going to end up needing, and I will show you what that will end up being for after we sand these edges of these boards down so that we can start to build our box. And that's what we'll start out doing here, is gluing everything up. But as you see, I stop and I actually do sand that other side, but just on the edges, basically where you're going to glue at, because you don't want all those hair fibers and everything like that sticking up where that glue will just end up soaking in and actually not adhering to the other piece. So clean up those edges so that all your glue will be on flat surfaces and be able to actually adhere to one another. So I go ahead and just do butt joints straight up against each other on all these sides, and I bring it to the edge of the table and square everything up just like that. Doesn't have to be an exact science, just make sure you glue everything up, put enough brad nails in to hold this together. I end up using 5 brad nails. You can use more, you can use a little bit less. That is entirely up to you. Just remember, this is going to be holding soil, so you're gonna want to have enough brad nails in there to hold it together. Now, my brad nails are quite long in here, holding that together. You can't see here, but this bottom, I'm actually measuring that bottom out so that I can make this cut, and that is that scrap piece that we actually used. What my piece ended up being was 4 1/4 inches, and it slides right in there perfectly. It's a perfect snug fit. Now, I think this point is almost just as important as the sides, if not a little bit more important because it is the bottom, but I put plenty of brad nails in the bottom of that as well. Now, this is where we're going to get some hole placements, and these are very important, so you have to follow them because the plants will not grow correctly if we do not do this. But we will actually mark indication at 4.5 inches and 10.5 inches from the bottom of the box to the top, and then flip it to the perpendicular side and measure out 7.5 inches and 13.5 inches and mark that as well. And those are going to be halfway in between both. So just make sure it's halfway in between. Now, it is up to you how you want to get this, but you want your hole sizes to be slightly bigger than 2 inches and slightly smaller than 2.5 inches, which brings me to using a 2 1/8 inch bit, and I will actually drill those all the way through and then come through and sand the insides of those holes. So they might be even slightly a little bit bigger because I sanded everything down. Now, before I go any further, I am going to come through and round everything off with my sandpaper, sand everything all the way around. And then we need to put some hanging holes on here. Now, you don't actually have to hang these. This can just sit down on the ground, but you want water to be able to escape from the bottom. So we're going to hang this up, and that's what we're basically building here. Now, there is no magic number for where I chose to put these holes. I just chose 1.5 inches down and 1.5 inches to the inside, and then drilled a big enough hole to put my twine through so that I have some way to actually hang these up. And then obviously go through, sand everything down one last time, drill holes into the bottom of this so that we don't have to worry about waterlogged plants and water can escape from the bottom of it. But don't put too many so that dirt escapes and all the water drains all the way out. All right, everybody, so there you have it. This is going to be a hanging strawberry planter. And like I said, you have to kind of follow these measurements. This will give their plants the best opportunity to grow because you don't grow? The best opportunity to grow because you don't want them stacked too much on top of each other. And some people put holes all over these and their plants will not grow to the best of their abilities. They'll look really cool to begin with, and about a week later, 2 weeks later, their plants will not look really cool because they'll all be dead. This is probably the optimal build for this on spacing and sizes right here for these holes and everything like that. So this will roughly hold 5, maybe 10 pounds of soil right here. I have tried bigger and smaller sizes, and this is about the size that I want to go with. 16-inch height. You only use one Picket, which is like $3.58 a piece, and you can sell these, depending on your area, $40 to $60. I think I can easily sell this if I put it online for $40 to just get it right out of my garage. Now, you guys can put different hanging. Now, it's up to you how you guys want to try to hang it, market it, take really good pictures of this, but these also sell online, and there are tons that actually sell online. So not everybody's making them though. So this is more of a niche thing, and it's not going to be like all the other planners out there where everybody is making the top planners where everybody's now raced to the bottom of the price range for those, and they are just trying to get their material back, their material price back out of those. So super simple, easy. If you guys liked what you've seen, go ahead and give me a like, subscribe. If you hit that like button, hit that hype button as well. I appreciate you guys, and like always, you guys are the foundation that this channel is built on, and I love you guys, and I hope to catch you in the next video.